Hola amigos, welcome back to another video. Today I got something really exciting to show you. It's the new Spideyplanet shell. I know what you're saying, this looks just like the old one. That's because it is right underneath, and I will do an unveiling. But before I do that, let's talk a little bit about the previous or current shell, if you will, that we use with our costumes and masks. It is a 3D printed shell that you can find on Shapeways and you can buy directly. The file is not for sale, but you can get the 3D printed frames and 3D printed shell from them and then finish it in the color you like. This one's red. You can paint it black, or you can order it in black or white. These shells have been great. We've been using them for the past few years now, and people really like the fact that these are as accurate as you can get to the original shape and size of the original shells that were used in the films. Let me show you what a finished mask looks like once you put basically the cloth hood and the webbing, urethane webbing, on the mask. They look just beautiful and pretty accurate. This is a size large shell, which is the same as what you see here. So once you finish your mask, it looks pretty accurate. I mean, just beautiful, right? So let me show you guys, without further ado, the new shell. So the new shell is vacuum formed, but one of the really cool upgrades to the shell is actually the hinge jaw mechanism that they had on the original, which makes it adjustable to different head sizes. So instead of having 3 different sizes like we do now, this would be a large that is kind of similar size to that, but a little bit smaller. So this can be as big as a large by extending the jaw like that, or have it go down to a medium or even a small size. So you can see here, the jaw kind of adjusts to size. You can see that, and it'll snap back into place if it's a smaller head or a larger head to accommodate for the size. So this is a thick styrene that we're using on the new shells. It makes it really durable. We can continue to use the same custom lenses that we've been using that fit in the 3D printed frames. Have that fit the same exact way as it does on the 3D printed shell, using one single magnet on the top corner. If it's pretty flush. As you can see, that's Toby's face. And the fit is perfect. This is a slightly larger head than Toby's, as you can see here, side to side. However, the same shell does fit this size head as well, as you can see here. So that's pretty cool. So we're pretty excited to start using these in our masks and costumes going forward. I think it was time to just start thinking a little bit more about how we could get the suit a little bit closer to what they did in the original films, which has always been the goal, is just kind of get as close as we can to the work that they were doing on that costume back in the day. But we still have something that is a perfect marriage of, you know, what they were doing before with the new technologies available to us, because like I said, Yuri was able to make the shell perfectly symmetrical, which is something that they might have been going for as best as they could back in the day with the hand sculpting, but little imperfections are bound to happen if you're sculpting with human hands sometimes. And that's the same with the eyes. Like, the eyes weren't perfectly symmetrical in the films, and you know, we've been trying to mess with that too, to kind of make the eyes slightly different as well. but that is going to be something that is for the future, to see if we change up the eyes or keeping the same. For now, they work pretty well with the original shapeways shell as they do with the new vacuum formed ones. So we want to keep those compatible, just for anybody who's trying to upgrade, get a new shell, but still keep the eyes that they had from their previous purchase. Last thing I want to do is show you guys what this looks like with a mask on, so that we can compare to the 3D printed shape. This keeps pretty much the same shape, but we'll be able to see what that hinge jaw, the way the hinge jaw fits into the mask design as well. Okay, so first I'm going to show you what it looks like with just the cloth hood without the webs. Something that's really nice with the new shells is that they don't require the heavy sanding that you would have had to do with the 3D printed ones, just because of the material being way smoother than 3D printed resin. Okay, so immediately what you can see here is this this lip situation that happens here, that you might be used to seeing that on maybe Holland's shell, or even some of Andrew's versions. But in the Raimi one, this lip is not as visible, or it should not be as visible, and that's the reason why the shape of the cut here follows that same web line that you see here. So you'll see that disappear or hide a little better once I show it to you with the webs on. See, it's more noticeable here on the profile. So here we go. There's a little 360. So now let's try it with a mask with webbing on, so that you can see the difference when we have the webs kind of hiding this separation here. So this mask is not fully finished yet, but it does have the webbing. So we'll use this for these demo purposes. And you can see right away here, like, this is exactly where that separation happens. So you can see when the webbing is right there in place, it helps hide that little separation. It helps conceal it. So once this is installed properly, you'll be able to have something that is pretty seamless and on par with the way that the 3D printed shell works right now. So you can see here, there's no jaw separation. So on this one, you wouldn't have that problem. But by installing the mask to the shell properly, you'll be able to do it the way that they were doing it in the films, and just kind of hide that separation there. It was part of the costume design. Everything worked together, from the muscle undersuit to all these little curves, the way that were cut on the shell. They all had a purpose and worked together to create that seamless illusion. So here we go. Even though this isn't finished or properly installed, the mask onto the shell, you can already see here the effect is pretty accurate. If you compare to some of the film stills, some of the behind the scenes shots, you'll be able to see how the shell worked in that original mask as well, and how everything kind of works together. So once this is fitted and installed perfectly, cut the eye holes and everything, install the rest of the webbing, make sure all the web lining here is adjusted to the shell, the result it's going to be really, really accurate to the movie. So you can see here side by side. So there it is, Spideyplanet new shell. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to subscribe and come back to see the finished result once I finish this mask here, as well as a full costume to come very soon. So if you are interested in ordering the new shell, you can email us and DM us on Instagram or Facebook. Or if you want to purchase the old shell or the previous shell, they both, like I said, are great for accuracy. They both have the same exact shape. The new one is just a hinge jaw mechanism, and these are vacuum formed instead of 3D printed. But the 3D printed shell is still available on shapeways.com. Just search Spideyplanet and you'll be able to find the size that works for your face length. And you can get the frames there as well. If you do need lenses, you can hit me up at lfatprojects@gmail.com for finished lenses. And I think that's it, you guys. If you want a finished shell, a full finished shell, you can also email me and we can make a full set for you. So I think that's it. I think that was all. That's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon.